first-generation students don't have the support that comes from parents who know how to negotiate college. That just access to college doesn't do it. That these kids come in and need really extraordinary help.
This opportunity has definitely been amazing for me.
I feel much, prepared for college. I feel like I know what I'm looking for now, what I want to study. St. Mary's has given us such an incredible opportunity.
This is the first class of high school students to graduate from a unique summer camp experience that prepares first-generation students for college. These students have spent 2 weeks every summer on the St. Mary's campus for the past 4 years, sharpening their academic skills and preparing for the challenges of college. Many of these students come from families where few, if any, have ever enrolled in college.
I've known for a long, long time that we need to invest in our young people, particularly our young people of color, that they are the ones who are going to carry and build the American dream. We need them as our business people, as our legislators, as our lawyers, our teachers. We need them out there.
This opportunity to come to Countdown to College is extremely unique. I mean, they're helping kids who really don't have a chance or even feel like they're going to go to college.
This is why you do it, is to make a difference not only in the students' lives, but in the lives of their parents and their families, that they can see that if the right environment and if the right coursework is provided, these kids can go on to do whatever they hope to do.
Countdown to College, or C2C, is part of a comprehensive assistance program at St. Mary's. It helps to make college accessible to a deserving but underserved community. These students have high potential, but come from extremely challenging circumstances.
We're living through our kids because we never had that opportunity. I never had that opportunity. I didn't even think about college. I didn't have anybody to give me that little push that I needed.
For a lot of our students, college isn't in their family's experience, so it's kind of a foreign experience. And so to have this Countdown to College program that helps them get into just the thinking of what it means to go to college and, everything that's involved.
Countdown to College is premised on the research that shows that a semester or two or a summer or two of college prep isn't going to be enough for kids who come from an under-resourced community and they don't have a tradition of going to college in their family. So we decided we were going to go 4. That we would start right out of 8th grade when they finished the Nativity Miguel schools, and we would take them forward to college.
We see this as kind of a pipeline of education, that you get these kids as they enter high school and you begin to prepare them not just to get through high school but to go on in post-secondary education.
It's during summer, so we complain about having to go to school and having homework, but they're really showing us the responsibility of when you're in college, you're going to be on your own.
I was excited, but then I was kind of nervous that I was going to get lost and stuff like that. But it's real fun. I like the freedom that you kind of get, like going to classes and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
It's very unusual for a college like this, to offer anything like this.
It's a really good program. It's like a really good preparation for high school and also for college, because we get that taste and that feeling of the college environment.
I think it is just a phenomenal experience for them, to expose them to what campus life is going to be like for them. And this is a program that makes just a very intentional move to say, you know what, college is coming and you're a part of it.
So we've tried to identify what skills students will need to be successful when they're entering college and work backwards and provide those students those skills so they can use them while they're actually in high school.
The concept, first of all, is that they're in academic classes during the day, every day except for Sunday. So we have them here for 2 weeks, and even on Saturday, they're in academic classes, and long ones. They have reading, writing, vocabulary, and math. So we want to be sure that they're absolutely ready at a freshman level when they come to college.
I thought my writing was pretty good, but when I came here and learned new techniques or whatever, I was like, well, maybe I do need to work on it a little bit more.
Focus a lot on the words, our word choice and the words we use, and they're really helping me, increase my vocabulary.
I started out just teaching straight vocabulary. I know people laughed when we were in the first couple of years just doing a vocabulary class in that year 1 and 2, and it was definitely really beneficial. The students have really come a long way, just more than I would expect from seeing like the typical progression from being a middle school student to now almost being done with high school and being ready for college.
My writing has been pretty good. I feel confident now.
The last 2 years we focus on science in the morning, all morning, and then our literacy classes, language arts, are scientific reading and writing. So we're supporting what's happening in science.
It's really great what they do, how all of the programs are integrated. So in science, they're learning about water and the environment and how to help the planet. In reading class, we're reading a book called Water Wars, and it's about a society where water is a very limited resource, and it shows how the people are dealing with that.
And then the math is statistics.
The point of giving them statistics is because they found that statistics is a big part of the college experience in your college classes, and students who come in with an understanding of the statistics curriculum and just sort of the basic foundations of the statistics courses, they end up being more successful.
I really like how we split it up. I like where the curriculum has gone. We did mostly descriptive statistics the first year with just a little bit of an introduction into hypothesis testing and inference, but just a real informal. And then this year we've done much more of inferential statistics where you're taking a sample and using it to make a guess about some bigger population.
Statistics is new to me, but I'm enjoying it.
These are all students who know what you're saying is important and know that if they pay attention and they focus and they work hard, it's going to help them improve themselves. It's going to help them do something better.
And based on some of the data and based on some of the research, the areas that these students are going to struggle the most in would be things like writing or vocabulary, things like math, and then things like science. So science, we're trying to integrate into the broader curriculum of, in science they're working with solving math problems and they're working with reading scientific information to really make sure that it's kind of a complete package rather than just discrete individual subjects.
We're trying to get students interested in STEM careers, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's an area of the sciences that are very underrepresented with students of color, students of minorities.
And so we spend 3 hours with the students, about 3 hours every day, where we're kind of breaking apart concepts on how to do science. Science is a process. It's not just a class you take at school. And so we're kind of trying to get them to think like scientists, become scientists.
In year 3, we start to tell the students about stream ecology. And one of the nice things about this program is we get students out there doing. It's not just pure lecture.
But it's outside learning things, getting into the streams and fields to really engage in science and succeed.
And science isn't like my strong point, and that's the class that I usually don't enjoy, but we've been doing so much labs and stuff and actually hands-on work opposed to taking notes and then having to take tests. So we've been doing a lot of hands-on work, so that's been the most enjoyable.
Over the summer they were brainstorming about some project in their city that they could do to help improve water quality.
They're developing a proposal and they're putting together a poster that helps them to frame what it is that they think that they could do.
And they're presenting this as if they were professionals. They're presenting it in a poster format. And overall, in year 4, if they do a really good job, we're actually awarding these kids advanced college credit.
This is the location I chose because our school campus is located on top of a hill.
There's only rocks, which affects the pond a lot. And by putting in organisms over time, they will take out the pollution because they will digest it.
The temperature will probably change depending on the weather. So, yeah.
And many of them, in their 3rd summer, had visited Cascade Meadow in Rochester, which is a facility that the Remicks have, and it's a LEED Platinum building, and it has all kinds of hands-on demonstrations of watershed and prairie experience. It was great to see that they went to this science center, and then they kept that in their mind. They went back, they worked on this project, and a year later, they're doing a project showing the result of that.
They're really taking in a whole lot of information, and they're digesting it, and they're doing great with it.
Without money, they couldn't be here, but without specialized service, it's not very likely they would persist also. The persistence of first-generation students in our U.S. universities is pretty dismal. okay? Because access isn't enough now. You know, it has to be the kind of extra support that we know will get them to graduation. And some of the things that we know are having supervised study halls, teaching them group study strategies, because kids who study together are those who are going to persist better. Helping them to limit the number of extracurricular activities they get into at first so they don't get distracted. Helping them to learn the strategies for taking tests, for approaching their instructors for help. Helping their instructors know how to teach differently and especially know how to test differently. St. Mary's mission started with the children of the artisans and the poor in 17th century France. That's why the Brothers of the Christian Schools were founded. These are the children, the new children, this century's children of the artisans and the poor.
It's truly a life-changing experience, and I think that my entire destiny changed when I'm blessed by God to be able to be here.
And thanks for giving me an opportunity that changed my life.
This program is changing lives. You can measure their success with improved test scores, or you can see the hope on their faces as a new world of opportunity is now open to them.
Their success lifts up the whole family. And that's what the research has shown, that the success of the first students that go to college in a family impact the students that come after them, their siblings, their cousins, and the families.
You know, there's thousands of kids out there, and I just happen to be one of the lucky ones who want stuff like this. And I know that, you know, it's a lot of kids out here who want to learn, you know, and I just want everyone to do this.
As these students move to college and beyond, they will need our continued support.